Hello, everybody. My name is Carrie, and welcome to another edition of Degrassi Corner. And we have some interesting news in regards to the set of Degrassi. Now, back in 2018, DHX Media, the company who owns Degrassi and who at the time owned the set of Degrassi, we found out that they had listed the set of Degrassi for sale. I believe the listing had actually been up for most of 2018, but it wasn't until closer to the middle or end of 2018 that we discovered it. But yeah, the end of 2018 and beginning of 2019 came and went. We didn't hear anything. And then around April of 2019, we found out that DHX had indeed entered into an agreement to sell the set. And they said that this transaction would be official at some point in June of 2019. And like clockwork, June 2019 came. Within the very first week of June, DHX put out a press release saying that they had indeed sold the set of Degrassi. The transaction was complete. They had sold the set for $12 million, and basically what they're doing with the money is they're using it to pay down debt. That is one of their major goals in 2019. But selling the set of Degrassi has left a lot of fans wondering, well, what is going to actually happen to the set? Well, one thing that isn't going to happen is the set is not going to be torn down, because we recently have discovered that the set of Degrassi is back on the market, so to speak. We've discovered a real estate listing. Instead of buying the property that the set of Degrassi is on, the listings for the set of Degrassi now allow people to lease the space. If you got some spare money laying around, you can basically rent the set of Degrassi. Now, this move here isn't really all that unexpected. There was really no reason to believe that someone was going to come in and then buy the property and then just tear it down and build like a motel or apartments or something. That's not something that would realistically happen, I don't think, because the set of Degrassi is actually located in an industrial area where there's a bunch of other warehouse-type facilities that other companies are using for whatever they need. The big question for the set of Degrassi, though, is who's going to come in and lease the space? Because if you're looking at the property description, they do say that it is ideal for a film studio, but they also say that it's good for like a showroom or for offices or maybe even turning it into a data center or some other storage type facility. So yeah, that is the really big question there. Is somebody else going to come in and lease this area? Will it be another sort of film type company? Will it be a non-film company? Will DHX Media just come back in and lease the space? Because this could have been a situation where DHX Media, they still wanted to use the space, but maybe they just didn't want the property on the books. They didn't want to be the people who own the property and have to be responsible for paying whatever. Unfortunately, we have no answers for that. We will have to wait and see how this plays out. There's also another interesting thing that happened in early June when it comes to DHX Media. A company called Sakthi Global Holdings made an unsolicited offer to purchase DHX Media. Basically, they wanted to merge with DHX and this company out of India. If this deal were to go through, that would mean that a non-Canadian company would be in charge of Degrassi. Or better yet, they would be the people who own the rights to the Degrassi franchise. Degrassi Junior High, Kids at Degrassi Street, Degrassi The Next Generation, Next Class, all of that. Now, there is absolutely no guarantee that any of this is happening. This news broke on June 4th, 2019. And as of the recording of this video, it's been 3 weeks and there's been not a peep of any news or information since. DHX did say that they were going to look into it. Of course, they have to do their due diligence, but there's still no guarantee that this is something that is actually going to happen. So again, as what we've been doing basically for the past couple of years now, we are still here in a wait and see mode. So yeah, the set of Degrassi has been sold and the new owners, they are now renting out the space. And a company out of India, Sakthi Global Holdings, they have made an offer to purchase DHX Media, which would give them control over all of the Degrassi assets. And that is basically all of the news that I've got for you today. There's, of course, not really anything else happening. Give me a follow over on Twitter at Carrie Degrassi. I'm really enjoying some of the conversations that we've had over there recently. Things like talking about the worst episode of Degrassi and getting into more meta conversations about things like what makes Degrassi realistic or unrealistic. Leave your thoughts about all of this Degrassi news, all the moving and shaking that they're doing in Degrassi land but aren't really telling anybody about. You can leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to Degrassi Corner for the latest Degrassi news and more. Thank you so much again, and I'll talk to you next time.